It's been less than a week since President Joe Biden signed an executive order signaling support for transgender youth in public schools and sports. A North Dakota bill would challenge that by requiring transgender athletes to play on sports teams aligned with their biological sex, not their gender identity. Reporter Maddie Biertempel has more on today's hearing in tonight's top story.
Representative Ben Koppelman says, as far as he knows, there aren't any transgender athletes playing in publicly funded sports in the state right now, but he's concerned they could.
As all trends do, they eventually come to North Dakota.
He sponsored House Bill 1298, which limits participation on sports teams exclusively to males or females as defined by birth certificate. Koppelman says it's meant to protect women in sports who shouldn't have to compete against biological males with an inherent athletic edge.
A woman who is the same size as her male counterpart is only 80% as strong on average.
Co-sponsor Senator Jana Myrtle says the bill bolsters Title IX, a 1972 law that protects equal opportunities for girls in sports.
Allowing males to compete in girls' sport reverses nearly 50 years of advances for women. You deserve equal opportunity, we said in 1962, and now we're saying except in sports.
Several people at the hearing strongly opposed the bill, including doctors, a college soccer coach, and the parent of a transgender child who joined their school's track team.
Our child went from a reclusive outcast to being part of something and allowing our child to be who they are. I only wish the people in the stands would have taken cues from the team, but I guess you can't expect that many miracles.
Dr. Lewis Cassis says he regularly sees children seeking hormone treatment to alleviate gender dysphoria, and after some time, he says the hormones start to neutralize concerns about a biological edge. Plus, he argues, what about girls who may naturally have a physical advantage in a sport?
So in the same way we're going to discriminate against these trans youth, are we going to discriminate against a girl that's too tall and will clearly have an advantage over all the other girls?
The House Human Services Committee, which heard the bill, did not yet act on whether to recommend its passage. Reporting in Bismarck for KX News, Maddie Biertempel.
North Dakota's legislature isn't alone in considering restrictions on transgender student sports participation. Lawmakers in Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, and New Hampshire have similar bills proposed.